Imagine waking up one morning to find the world had disappeared. Not in a temporary way when you turn off the lights at night, but permanently, where colors, faces, and the very shapes of reality itself have vanished without warning. This was the reality young Ben Underwood faced at just 3 years old when a brutal form of eye cancer called retinoblastoma stole both of his eyes in a matter of months. But what happened next wasn't a story of limitation, it became one of the most astonishing examples of human adaptability ever documented. Ben didn't just learn to live without sight, he developed an entirely new way of seeing that would make scientists question everything they knew about perception and brain function. The first thing you'd notice about Ben wasn't his blindness, it was his radiant, confident smile and the way he moved through spaces with an almost supernatural awareness. Then you'd hear it, that rapid, dolphin-like clicking sound he made constantly with his tongue. At first glance, you might assume it was just a nervous habit. But if you watched longer, you'd witness something impossible, this blind teenager riding his bicycle down busy streets, weaving between parked cars with inches to spare, stopping perfectly at intersections, even playing basketball with sighted friends. All without ever seeing a single image. The neighbors in his California community would often stop and stare, some even arguing with his mother that there must be some mistake, that boy can't really be blind, they'd insist. But he was. He just saw the world differently than anyone imagined possible. What Ben had discovered was human echolocation, the ability to navigate using sound echoes much like bats or dolphins do. But unlike those animals, Ben developed this skill completely naturally, without any formal training. His constant clicking, up to 500 times per minute in unfamiliar environments, created a live 3D sonar map in his mind so precise he could identify objects as small as a soda can from across a room. He could tell if a car window was rolled down by how the sound reflected differently. He learned to distinguish materials by their acoustic signatures. Glass doors had a distinct echo pattern from wooden ones. Staircases sang to him with each step's unique reverberation. In Ben's world, sound had texture, dimension, and even color, a synesthetic reality most of us can't begin to comprehend. Scientists who studied Ben's brain made groundbreaking discoveries. MRI scans showed that when Ben clicked, his visual cortex, the part of the brain normally used for sight, lit up with activity. His brain had completely rewired itself, processing sound echoes as visual information. This wasn't just compensation, explains neurologist Dr. Norman Dewage. Ben's brain had created an entirely new sensory pathway. In every meaningful sense, he was seeing, just not with light. This phenomenon, called neuroplasticity, revealed that our brains are far more adaptable than previously believed. The implications were staggering. If one boy could naturally develop this ability, could others learn it too? Ben's daily life looked nothing like what most people expect from blindness. While many blind individuals rely on canes or guide dogs, Ben rejected these tools. He rollerbladed through skate parks, memorized video game sound effects to beat sighted friends, and could even tell if someone was attractive by how sound reflected off their facial structure, a party trick that never failed to amuse his classmates. His confidence was so complete that when producers from The Oprah Winfrey Show first met him to film a segment, several crew members initially refused to believe he was truly blind until they saw his medical records. Watching footage of Ben is both thrilling and unsettling. There's something profoundly disruptive about seeing human limitations so completely defied. The science behind Ben's abilities continues to revolutionize our understanding of perception. Researchers at UC Berkeley found that when Ben echolocated, his brain processed spatial information with nearly the same precision as visual processing in sighted individuals. Even more remarkably, subsequent studies have shown that sighted people can develop basic echolocation skills with just a few months of training. Apps now exist to help blind individuals learn the technique, and wearable devices are being developed to enhance natural echolocation abilities. Ben's case proved that what we consider human limitations are often just unexplored potentials. Tragically, Ben's story took a heartbreaking turn at age 14 when his cancer returned, this time in his brain and spine. The same incredible adaptability that allowed him to master echolocation now faced its ultimate test. Through multiple surgeries and experimental treatments, Ben maintained his characteristic optimism. Even when confined to a wheelchair in his final months, he continued clicking, mapping his hospital room, joking with nurses, and inspiring everyone he met. When he passed away in 2009 at just 16 years old, the world lost not just an extraordinary individual, but a living testament to human potential. Yet Ben's legacy grows stronger each year. His story has sparked new research into neuroplasticity and sensory substitution. Engineers are developing advanced wearable echolocation devices inspired by his natural abilities. Perhaps most importantly, he left behind a radical question that continues to challenge scientists and philosophers alike. If a blind child could develop an entirely new way of perceiving reality, what other sensory potentials might be lying dormant in all of us? The next time you're in an empty parking garage or a tiled bathroom, try closing your eyes and making a sharp click with your tongue. Listen carefully to how the sound changes when you face different directions. That faint echo you hear is more than just physics, it's a whisper from Ben's world, reminding us that true vision was never about eyes, but about the incredible, adaptable human brain behind them. His story forces us to reconsider not just what it means to see, but what it means to be human in a world where our perceived limitations may be nothing more than uncharted territories of potential. In classrooms where students learn about Ben, in laboratories where scientists study neuroplasticity, in the lives of countless individuals inspired by his story, the echoes of Ben Underwood's extraordinary life continue to reverberate. Not as a sad tale of disability overcome, but as an electrifying reminder that human potential extends far beyond what we currently understand. His legacy asks us all, how many colors might we be missing? What melodies of perception are we failing to hear? And most importantly, what could we all become, if only we dared to listen more closely to the extraordinary capabilities hidden within us? The story of Ben Underwood isn't about blindness at all. It's about vision, the kind that comes not from eyes, but from imagination, adaptability, and the courage to perceive the world differently. In a society that often equates sight with understanding, Ben's life stands as a powerful testament that sometimes, the clearest vision comes when we close our eyes and truly listen to the world around us. His echoes continue to shape our understanding of the mind, proving that what we call impossible is often just an undiscovered way of being human. As you go about your day-to-day, take a moment to appreciate all the unseen ways your brain interprets the world. The subtle echoes you unconsciously process when walking through a hallway. The way you can sense a door opening behind you from the change in air pressure. These are the building blocks of perception that Ben mastered to an extraordinary degree. His story reminds us that human potential isn't fixed, but endlessly adaptable, and that sometimes, the most profound discoveries come not from looking outward, but from listening inward to the incredible capabilities we all carry within us. The clicking has stopped, but the echo remains, reverberating through neuroscience labs, disability research, and our collective imagination. Ben Underwood's life may have been tragically short, but his impact continues to expand, challenging each new generation to reconsider what's possible. In a world that often sees limitations, Ben's story helps us hear possibilities, and that may be his most enduring gift of all.